Hello, my name is Asher Aldinger, and I will be doing my presentation on the manual lathe. So, what is a lathe? A lathe is a machine tool that rotates a workpiece about an axis of rotation to perform various operations. These are going to be with tools that are applied to the workpiece to create an object with symmetry about the axis that it is turning. On the bottom right is an image of what a common manual lathe might look like. Lathe controls that you'll usually see on a manual lathe uh, are going to be a chuck where your material gets mounted, gear levers to select your RPM for what rate your materials are going to be turning at, a cutting tool that's going to get mounted in your tool post. You'll have controls on the saddle that you use to move the tool in reference to your material. And there is going to be usually a tailstock where you can do drilling or use it to support the material you're turning. And there's also usually a lead screw that will allow you to do thread cutting. The two distinct types of lathes are manual and CNC. Manual lathe has hand controls for machinists to create desired features, while a CNC lathe is going to be computer controlled by CAM software, and these typically don't have manual hand controls for machinists to use. Why would we choose manual over a CNC lathe? Once running, a CNC lathe can produce high precision parts almost 24/7. However, CNC lathes are very expensive and they require a lot of time to properly set up, whereas manual lathes are going to be far cheaper and they allow machinists direct control over every single operation, and setup time is far less time consuming, and like stated earlier, investment costs can be lower. So the kind of operations that manual lathes are going to be ideal for are going to be for prototyping parts and also low volume manufacturing. Some examples from the FSAE team that I've been a part of are post machining the inner diameter of a bearing bore for an upright. We had to do this after welding the upright and the inner bore was deformed. This is something that was low volume and kind of a one-off operation, so there's no need to set up a CNC program for that. And then on the right, we have a mold for carbon fiber wheel shells. This was actually intended to be done in a CNC lathe because it is a very time-consuming operation. However, our sponsor fell through for that, and as a backup, we ended up doing um, these molds on a manual lathe. And this was very time-consuming because there's a lot of material to remove. However, the geometry was fairly simple, so it was doable. It was just time-consuming. So here, the manual lathe made an excellent backup to a CNC lathe. Thank you.